Hi, my name is Dr. Suzuki. This is from Shonan Beauty Clinic. We are located in Irvine, California. Let's talk about instant double eyelid. When you come into the instant double eyelid consultation, I like to know two things. One, history of eyelid tape user or eyelid glue. These are very important. If you have used it before, I can tell you have a certain desired design is made in your mind. So I like to talk about how you use your eye tape. That way I can incorporate it with your design. Number two, whether you have an eyelid procedure or not. This is very important as well, because if you have any eyelid procedure done, your eyelid might have some scar tissues, and I like to examine your eyelid before the procedure. That way I can see how much your eyelid is mobile or not. Let's talk about design of instant double eyelid. We have two different designs. One is a taper style, and then second is a parallel style. Taper style is considered as natural, or a lot of Asian has a taper style. That's why we consider that is a natural. Natural taper style is come from inner corner. There is a connection to the epicanthus fold, and it's gradually the width become wider. That's considered taper style. Parallel style, in contrast, this is much more cartoon animation type of look. People might consider it's more like Caucasian look. Line is not connected to the inner corner, detach from the inner corner, and then go along with your eye shape and the parallel design. Both design is very beautiful. It's up to you to decide which design you like to choose. Also depends on your eye shape, eye anatomy, especially if you have a strong epicanthus fold. The high angle of the inner corner, sometimes it's difficult to perform or difficult to create the parallel design. Most of the people who refer to epicanthus fold resection, that will help to more open up your inner corner, then you can easily create the parallel design. When you come to the simulations, we like to know which type of the design would you like to have, or how wide you want to create your double eyelid crease. The width is considered from eyelash line to the crease line. Some people like to have a really wide or narrow, depends on your desire. When you do the simulation, we like to see with you on the mirror, we can create the crease together, so that way you can easily to find how you look after the instant double eyelid, and we can design which one to choose. Let's talk about a basic double eyelid procedure. There are open procedure and also instant double eyelid, like a non-invasive method. Open procedure has a much more longer recovery time. Also, you will have a linear incisional scar after the procedure, but the benefit is it's likely permanent. Contrast the instant double eyelid non-invasive which I offer is suture technique, faster recovery. The scar is minimum. Although this effect will last in general between 5 to 10 years. There is a chance that this suture technique can come off in the future, then your eyelid become original appearance again, which means the suture came off and no longer crease is visible. Why this is happen, or who can have this type of event in the future? One, people who choose wider crease, their tendency to come off easily because the tissue on the upper eyelid puts you on a lot of stress. Therefore, suture no longer hold this crease. Number two, if you have a more tissue on your upper eyelid or thicker skin on your eyelid, that's also consider your tissue will put you on a lot of stress on your suture, so therefore there is a risk of coming off in the future. If you have an allergy and tendency to rub your eye all the time, that also give you the risk of a suture to come off. Another one is if you have a ptosis. When you have a ptosis, which means your eyelid muscle is weak, therefore tendency to your eyelid will cover your pupil line. Those people tendency to raise your eyebrow all the time. So that motion will continue after the instant double eyelid procedure. That will give you a stress on your suture. Therefore, this will be risk of coming off. Also, we have a different type of instant double eyelid procedure. If you choose to affordable price, affordable method, that will be 2-square technique. 2-square technique is a very simple instant double eyelid, which is still great method, but that's also higher risk of suture to coming off compared to forever technique or quick cosmetic double. What would you do if your suture is coming off? We offer warranty program, which means if your suture is coming off, you can just visit us. We can replace the suture for you, so that way you can have another double eyelid after all. Let's talk about 3 different types of instant double eyelid. We have a 2-square, forever, and quick cosmetic W. Basic difference between the quick cosmetic W and the forever technique and the 2-square, there is a different way to bury the knot. Quick cosmetic W, knot will be buried under the skin, more towards the conjunctiva side, more deeper side of the skin. 2-square forever technique, the knot will be buried under the skin. So therefore, if you try to see through, you might see small indentations, or the color of the suture can be seen. So that is a big difference between quick cosmetic W and forever technique or 2-square. If you don't want anybody to notice that you have a procedure, or you have a limited time to obtain this procedure because you have to go back to work or school, or minimum scar is the most important, or aesthetically no scar at all is important for you, quick cosmetic W is the best choice for you. Faster recovery, minimum to no scar, and create your double eyelid. Forever technique is, it's okay to people to notice that you have a procedure afterwards, but if you want to have a long-lasting result, forever technique will be good options. Forever technique lasts about 10 years. Quick cosmetic W also lasts about 10 years. And 2-square technique is we created for patient who has a budget and looking for affordable price, but still wanted to have a double eyelid crease. Then 2-square technique is the best option as well. 2-square technique is similar to forever technique. Forever technique also use a 2-square, 2 suture, just a small difference of creating a long-lasting effect on the forever technique. Let's talk about downtime. Quick cosmetic W, as I said, very faster recovery. If no bruise at all, probably 3 to 5 days the maximum for recovery time. Less swelling and less bruise. Forever technique, we will tie the knot extra strength. Therefore, swellings can be last a little longer compared to quick cosmetic W, 4 to 5 days. If you have a bruise, it can be even longer, up to 10 days. Forever technique, there's a needle puncture site on your upper eyelid skin. Therefore, after the procedure, you will see the visible redness on your eyelid. 3 spots is the same. 2-square technique is the same way, still slightly different from forever technique. Therefore, recovery time can be a little bit less swollen, and less than 4 to 5 days. Patient asked me about pain during a procedure. It's common to have a fear and anxious about the pain during a procedure. We will use nitro oxide to relax you, make you more comfortable, and also use local anesthesia. Nitro oxide is not a pain reliever, more likely calm you down, so your pain perception will be decreased. Therefore, you feel much comfortable to receive the procedure. The time of the you feel pain is the time of when I giving the local anesthesia. Small needle is used, so therefore only lasts 2 to 3 seconds you feel some discomfort. Once local anesthesia started to kick in, you feel comfortable. Most of the patients tolerate very well during this procedure. Let's talk about how to spend your downtime after the procedure. First of all, icing for 3 days is very important, on and off, because icing will help to preventing from swelling. And then number 2, preventing from anything to increasing the blood flow towards your eyelid is important, such as a sauna, hot bath, or exercise will increasing the blood flow. That will bring us to the more swelling time. Number 3, elevation of the head while you are lying down is very important. If you lay flat while you're not sleeping, its tendency to fluid goes all the way to the face. It's more swollen. So first couple days, elevation of the head is very important to prevent from swelling. Number 4, minimum salt intake is very important. If you're taking a lot of high salt content food, more likely to swollen, so please avoid the salt intake. Number 5, avoid smoking. Smoking creates the vasoconstrictions, therefore less blood flow into your eyelid. Poor healing process can be occur, so minimum smoking or no smoking is very important. Lastly, if you try to look up or look straight while you are in the recovery time, if you're looking down your phone all the time, doing a computer to put a lot of stress on your eye, that will also brings your swelling. So minimize your phone and computer use is advised. So we just talked about instant double eyelid. This procedure is the most popular procedure in Japan, and I have a lot of people interested in, come from out of the state or even out of the country. I'm looking forward to see you, and we can create your beautiful eyelid. Thank you for watching and hope to see you soon.